explore the #1 scientific finding that provides hope for people with depression, sadness, anger, anxiety, overwhelm, and melancholy. Hi, my name is Dr. Sarah. I am a doctor of integrative medicine. I specialized in natural ways to help people with depression, PTSD, and addictions, or self-medication. The International Institute of Holistic Health uses different devices and modalities to rebalance brain chemistry and create new neural pathways gently. However, I started this YouTube channel because there are many things that you can do in the comfort of your home to help yourself feel better and to reconnect with a more powerful and fulfilled version of yourself. I like to create a compassionate community where we can share our experiences and learn from each other. The #1 scientific finding I have wanted to discuss has excited me for years now. You don't have to take a pill to benefit from it, and it doesn't require a long and painful treatment. Simply knowing and understanding will help you make little changes in your daily life that shows effects and help you navigate your challenges. I will never forget the day during my training when Dr. Lucas introduced some simple neuroscientific principles. The neural pathways that are used frequently, they get stronger and stronger. He used the analogy of streets building up to highways. And on the other hand, the neural pathways that are not used frequently, they atrophy back. To stay with our picture, the unused street eventually becomes a tiny little hiking path. So the most promising scientific finding for those struggling with depression, anxiety, and other mental health challenges is neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections throughout life, not just in young years, but even in old age. This discovery empowers us to reshape our minds and improve our mental well-being throughout intentional practices. Neuroplasticity works on a use it or lose it principle. Neural pathways that are frequently used become stronger, while unused pathways weaken over time. This means we can actively shape our brain structure through daily thoughts and actions. Now, why is this understanding of how our brain works such a powerful tool and great news? It is because we are getting a big chunk of our freedom back. Habits, thoughts, and with thoughts, emotions that we're practicing a lot are shaping our brain, creating neural pathways that ultimately become the default way we are reacting to the world. And the best news, we are free to choose what we want to cultivate and practice on a daily basis. And the very best news, all the destructive thinking patterns and complaints, all the pessimism and sarcasm, is just simply atrophying back if we stop using it. Everybody knows that if we want to become an expert in any field, or let's say playing the violin very well, we need to practice a lot. But the truth is, we are practicing all the time. Everything we are doing and thinking is shaping our brains. This information is meant to empower you. You are the boss in your life. You can choose which topics to practice and which ones to just naturally lose. Consciously staying away from talking about past trauma over and over again. Well, don't get me wrong, it is very healing and helpful to finally share what you have lived through and have a compassionate witness for your life. But after sharing it, find the courage to move on. Take the courageous decision to enhance neural pathways that train your brain to see life from a brighter perspective. This is by no means moral advice. It is simply neuroscientific mechanisms that we can use to live more fulfilled lives. I strengthen my brain by looking at everything I am grateful for, at everything that brings me joy and a sense of peace and calm. I also think twice honestly about whether or not I want to watch the news now or complain about unchangeable situations, because I know what this does to my brain. This is about the little choices we make as we go through our days. Let me give you an example. For quite a while, I felt my mood was going south as soon as the sun set. The busyness of the evenings, when everybody in the house is hungry, needs attention, at a time of the day when I just felt tired, just wanted to sit down, be left alone. So I decided to look into my daughter's eyes and consciously, just silently, see and acknowledge the beauty of her eyes whenever I felt low in energy in the evening. Seeing beauty of things is a real healer. Try it whenever you catch yourself doing something that makes you sad or going down the street of sarcasm or catastrophizing. We can catch ourselves and make another decision. Let me share another story, because you might just say like, well, Dr. Sarah, seeing the beauty of baby's eyes is very easy. But what if I'm not surrounded by beauty? This reminds me of a practice I first learned almost 25 years ago. The whole group of students was asked to explore the streets after training and report back the next day which ugly situation we found, and through observation and conscious search, we would start finding beauty in it. I will never forget my fellow classmate's experience. He stepped out into the busy streets of Munich and needed to take the subway. On his way down the steps, he saw that somebody just vomited into the corner. His first impulse was to turn away in disgust, as he remembered our homework. So he forced himself to look at the stained stairs. Much to his surprise, he reported, as I was looking at this, starting to forget that I just wanted to walk away and leave, I realized that I began to discover an almost tiny little geometrical shape within all of this chaos and stain. I felt very touched by having to acknowledge this tiny geometrical shape actually looked beautiful. Now, this little story is certainly not meant to keep your appetite low for the day, but rather to remind you that seeing beauty in the most unthinkable situation is one of the most uplifting, brain balancing acts you can give yourself today. Let me know in the comments below how it worked for you. Thank you for being part of this wonderful community. Until next time, much love, Dr. Sarah.